So welcome back to the channel. Today I have a 2018 Ram 1500 and this is a Rebel. So you know what that means, right? That means this has air suspension standard and it has a 392 axle. And as you can see behind it, I have my trailer. It's a 28 foot and 8.5 wide race trailer. I have an Audi R8 inside, so this is about 9,000 pounds. We're gonna see what this truck can do going up 6% grade. I have not taken a half-ton truck up because I didn't really feel comfortable, but because this has air suspension, we should be good to go. And before we get started, be sure to watch this. Really quickly, be sure to subscribe to JB Reviews and make sure you have those bell notifications on. And be sure to check out my other channel, Attainable Exotic Cars. Now let's get back to the video. Now let's take a look at the numbers really quickly. You are going to have a gross axle weight rating for the front and rear at 3,900 pounds. The gross vehicle weight rating is going to be 6,800 pounds, which is kind of low. And what's even lower is your payload, which is 1,029 pounds. So what I had to do was I had some tires and some exhaust parts in the front of the trailer, and that probably weighed about 100 pounds. And because of these numbers here, they do allow for a 150 pound passenger, so we should be like right there. I mean, we're going to be really close today, but nevertheless we have the capacity for this trailer and we just have to take it easy. But I am excited to do this video. Now, as you guys know, in 2019 they did redesign the interior for this truck, but all in all, I actually don't mind this interior even to today's standards. Let's go ahead and push the button to start it up. It's 100 degrees outside, and man, it feels that way too. It is hot. But let's take a look at some of your towing features. So, to no surprise, this truck was optional with the trailer brake, so they did option it with it. And it does have the air suspension. We're going to use that today. And as far as your tow haul mode goes, all you have to do is just hit the button right here on the console. And in order to set up your trailer, you have to go to the apps, and then you got to find settings, which is right here. And then what you do next is you scroll down, you click on trailer. Let's see what the current trailer is. So light electric, we're going to use this trailer because this is a light electric trailer for the brakes. And we should be good to go. Now let me go ahead and install the hitch on the back. We'll go ahead and back it up and we'll get some measurements today too, so we will see how much this is going to squat. But I will be honest with you, because this truck has an air suspension, it doesn't really matter about the measurements because it's going to keep adjusting, but we'll just do it just because we've always done it. Let's go ahead and move the truck back so we can get under the coupler. The quality of the backup camera has gotten better on the 2019 Rams, so just keep that in mind. I don't see where you can even zoom in for this one, so that's kind of a -2 for this 2018 model year. Alright, so let's take a look on the outside real quickly. So as you can see here, the hitch is a little too high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the truck down, and that way we can be able to get under the hitch, and then I'm going to see if I can lift it back up, okay? And I will time lapse this and move the camera back here so you can see it. And as you can see, it's pretty much under the coupler. I didn't even have to mess with my jack on my trailer, so that's such a cool system. Let's go ahead and measure so we can see how much the truck's gonna squat. And like I said, I'll show you guys a time lapse of the trailer weight getting down the truck, okay? So it's at 39 and 1/16. So who has the best half-ton truck? That air suspension really does change the game. I mean, come on now. This truck is awesome. I wish it had a bigger payload capacity, I mean, 6,800 pounds is kind of low. I wish it had like a 7,300 pound GVWR versus a 6,800, and then that way it'd have tons of capability for this size truck. But man, it's pretty much leveled out. I mean, it's actually almost better than what it was without the trailer. And I mean, the trailer's kind of riding a little high too, but it's okay. It's okay. We're just going, you know, 10 miles. So like I said, let's go ahead and check out what we have back here. So the coupler is locked and secure. I have my chains crossed, breakaway switch, and 7-pin connector. They do give you a 4-pin connector too, but all in all, everything's hooked up, ready to go. Let's check out these tires really quickly too though. These are going to be the Toyo all-terrain open country, and they are going to be a LT 285/70 17-inch wheel, and your capacities are right below. Kilograms and pounds, 3,195 pounds, and it's at 80 psi's too. So this is a pretty robust tire. I like to see 80 psi's, and this one gives us the capacity that we want to tow, you know, a trailer this size for this type of truck. So we dropped to 38 and 1/16. It dropped about an inch. As far as your trailer brake goes, I'm gonna show it to you here. I'm gonna pull on it. So it looks like we are at 5.5. We're gonna push this up to 6. And all you have to do is put it in drive, pull forward just a little bit, and then you pull this. And we're gonna put it to 6.5. I want this to be a little bit stronger since this is a 1/2 ton. But all in all, we're pretty much ready to go. Let's go ahead and get out on the road before traffic gets too heavy. In the comment section, who's drinking LaCroix? Man, I love these drinks. When I first started drinking these, I hated them. But we were doing keto at the time, trying to lose a little bit of weight. It's probably about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And we started drinking these, and I hated them. But now, this is all I can drink now. I can't even drink soda. I might have a soda if we go to a restaurant, but I like this sparkling water now. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get on the road. I'm telling you guys, this air suspension is the future for trucks, especially for the 1/2 ton segment. You have no issues with this 5.7. I have it wide open throttle, 60, 65, 70. Yeah, it has really good acceleration. So the truck is swaying a little bit, and I'm not making excuses, but the tire pressure is at like 53. So if you want my opinion, it's always good to try to max out the PSIs in the tires, especially when you're towing. That way you have a little bit more stability. But it's handling really well. I feel comfortable to keep going. If I had known that I was going to be doing this test today, I did some research on this truck because I saw it come available, but I wasn't sure if I was going to have time to do the video before it sold, because trucks are just selling really fast. Like, I've tried to do a couple of good videos for you guys, but the trucks keep on selling so quickly. But I would have brought my air compression and air tires up. But guys, this is really good. This is going to be the first 1/2 ton truck I take up the 6% grade, just to give you perspective. And I love this setup. I love the tires. I love this air suspension. I feel like I have good stability at 60 to 65 miles an hour. It feels great. So when we get up the road here, I'm gonna pretty much hit it for you guys to show you how great this 5.7 is with the 392 axle going up to 6% grade. Under the hood, you will find a 5.7 liter V8 Hemi. It's gonna be good for 395 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed transmission, so we're going to be able to really see and put this to the test and see how well it performs today. I mean, it's 100 degrees outside, so it's going to get its work in today. So the AC is going to be blasting, and yeah, it's going to be working today. All right, guys, we are going to hit the brakes a little bit. I'm going to show you guys the temperatures. Transmission started off at about 159 degrees. So just to give you perspective, man, that's about operating temperature. So we're gonna go ahead and hit it right. Let me get down to about 45. Here we go, wide open throttle. mean, gosh. I feel like I was kind of topping out at about 75 miles an hour. Not bad. We're pretty much at the top of the mountain here. So yeah, that was 6% grade. I would say that I probably was going to let off anyways because it started to sway a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I can feel the air suspension really like kind of adjusting, I guess. And I don't know, it's something that you have to really consider. If you are planning on towing, I would recommend getting that system. I think you would really see the benefit of towing with this air suspension. It's just such a good setup for a truck like this. I mean, I'm not squatting. I feel like I have enough steering feel in the front. Yeah. And the truck is stable. I mean, there's a little bit of sway, but it's a little windy today. You can kind of see the trees moving there. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm in control of the trailer. I mean, I'm holding it in one hand and I got a camera in my hand. Just to give you perspective. 70 miles an hour is probably as fast as I would go with this truck. I got 4.9 mpg going up that grade. That's probably one of the best I've seen from the gas engine so far. But as I was saying, I mean, 70 miles an hour, I can feel the truck swaying a little bit. Like, the trailer's heavy. I mean, this truck weighs about 5,800 pounds, about 5,900 pounds, somewhere in there. And it's really light in comparison with this trailer. I mean, this trailer is about 9,000 pounds. So when you consider, you know, the trailer weighs more than the truck, you're gonna get some of that unsettledness because of that. I mean, when I tow my fifth wheel, because a lot of that weight from my fifth wheel is over the axles, I don't really notice the trailer back there. It really does help stabilize the truck because a lot of that weight is kind of added onto the truck in a sense. But with, you know, when you're towing conventionally, a lot of that weight from the hitch is pulling the truck up more. So you're gonna feel it really kind of dance a little bit. When I tow with a heavy duty truck, because it weighs so much in comparison to this, I feel more confident. I mean, when I tow with my 3500 and my trailer almost weigh the same amount of weight, so you don't really know what's back there, especially when you tow with the dually. I mean, the dually weighs about the same as my trailer, and it's just a better experience. I mean, that's why ever since I've been doing these tests, I've always told people, if you're going to tow a trailer a lot, skip half tons, just skip it. And I didn't really have a lot of information or really proof to back that up. So that's why I started doing these tests, because I was like, man, like, I say it, but I've never really like towed for like a long time. Maybe you get used to towing with these trucks. And don't get me wrong, I mean, this isn't bad, but I wouldn't want to do this for a long periods of time. I would want to have the right truck, and that's having a heavier HD, in my opinion. Alrighty, we are at the midpoint. Whew, man, it is so hot, man. Like, these black seats, no joke. I would not want to own a truck like this without cooled seats, and this truck does not have cooled seats. All right, now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna launch it from zero. We're gonna see how well this 5.7 can get this almost 9,000 pounds up to speed. I'm gonna show you guys the mirrors really quickly, just so you have an idea. But even though these aren't the tow mirrors, you can really see pretty well around the trailer. So if you've been thinking about upgrading to the tow mirrors, I would say just skip them. And this is the brakes here. Yeah, this truck is definitely light. So here, let's go. There it is. Has a lot of power. So even for like a trailer this size, I mean, this truck definitely gets up to speed pretty quickly. So when I get up to the top of this hill, I'll reset the fuel economy, and then I'll let you guys know what it is when we get back to the stopping point. When you go over bumps in the road and things like that, this feels like a HD truck. Like, I don't really feel like the truck is losing stability when you go over like imperfections, and it's really comfortable. I mean, I cannot believe that I'm towing with a half-ton truck up 6% grade and at 70 miles an hour. Like, I haven't really tested one like this. Maybe in the future I'll take a Chevy Silverado up the same road. I feel as though Chevy has the best half-ton truck still. I like this truck, and I think that I think they're almost neck and neck. I just feel like, maybe it's because I didn't air up these tires, but I just feel like there's a little bit of sway, you know, in the way this truck is towing. So I apologize for not coming prepared. I should have brought my air pump anyway, just in case, but it's still doing a good job. And maybe in the future I'll bring a 1500 Silverado up the same road and see how it does, and then we can get a good comparison with the fuel mileage too. I'm doing about 4.9 mpg. Probably can hear the engine screaming right now. We're going up a little bit of a grade, and then at some point the road's going to start to get nice and smooth, and then we're going to go downhill a little bit, and so the mpg will pick back up a little bit. But all in all, really good test. I'm really happy I had a chance to do this today. I have a confession to make, guys. I did not have tow haul mode on this entire time. Although I will say this 8-speed transmission did a great job. I mean, I didn't feel like I really needed it on anyways, but we're getting 8.9 mpg. Actually, we just jumped up to 9 at about 10.8 miles an hour. We're doing about 68, 70 miles an hour, but I'm just kind of riding in traffic right now, so I'm just going at the pace of traffic. So we're doing about 50 miles an hour. We're about to get off right now, and I will let you guys know where we're getting off at. Not sure if you guys are noticing, but I did have the gears locked in below. Transmission did great, guys. I'm really happy with the performance. It's a really smooth shifting transmission, and I feel like the power delivery was great. I feel like it was always in the right gear, even though I wasn't in tow haul mode. And yeah, I feel like I had ample power. So 9.1 mpgs, so you're gonna land a little bit better fuel economy with more gears, as it allows you to rev at lower RPMs. So 9.1 is where we ended off, guys. Not bad. Not bad at all for a truck this size. I think the best so far out of the gas engines was the Ford F-250 I did. I think it got like 9.8 mpg, something like that. So what did you guys think about that test? I felt as though this is probably still, I don't know. I think that Silverado is still a better truck in the half-ton segment. I think so. Maybe in time, if I get more of the newer Rams, I'll retest the Rebels with the air suspension. I'll be sure to bring my air compressor on all my tests too. That way, if I need to, I'll air up the tires. But I'm really pleased with how the truck handled. Engine, transmission, fantastic. Air suspension, perfect option to have. And this truck comes standard. Only downside to this truck is it didn't have any payload, so this is like a purpose-built truck. It's really just for going off roads, not for towing. But I wanted to do this test because it had a 392 axle and it had the air suspension. So because I'm not carrying a bunch of crap in here and I'm just doing a quick 10-mile test, you guys have to understand that. I mean, I'm not carrying anything heavy in here. I don't have any people in the truck. So when you start adding people and gear to the bed, you're going to be able to payload really quickly. So if you're buying trucks, you have to make sure you buy the right one to tow your trailer. But on that note, thank you guys so much for your time and watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys soon.